Hi, I'm Sophie and this is Vicky. Welcome to the Barreworks 30 minutes arm and ab workout. You can either do this in addition to another hour class, or you can use this when you're a bit pushed for time and you just want to focus on a couple of body areas. So we're going to need the band. So grab that from the workout accessories pack and let's go. Right, so let's warm up, pressing the feet into the floor, really pulling in the abs. We're just going to start reaching out to the side, fixing the hips, just lifting up the chin a little bit, really spreading out the rib cage, and reach, keeping the shoulders right down, really lengthening the side of the body. Do 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Let's take the arms up, dropping the shoulders, and coming up onto the half toe. And then pressing the heels down to the floor, and let's go down to the bottom with a little double bounce and bring the arms all the way back and around, really pulling in the abs, keeping the chest nice and lifted and just the chin lightly tucked, really activating the glutes on the way up and trying to get your thighs almost parallel to the floor. That's it, bring it down and then up. Let's do 4 more and 3, last 2 here, and then last 1, and this time take the arms up and come up into the half toe, and then press the heels back down. Bring the arms down by your side. We're going to take one hand to the shoulder and reach up and around with the other. We're fixing the shoulder girdle, so there's no movement there. I'm just working to our own range, keeping the arms nice and soft. Let's do 3 more, and 2, and last 1. And then swap over, and reaching up and around. So working at lubricating the shoulder joint. That's it, do 3 more here, and 2, and last 1. Taking both hands to the shoulder and then taking circles coming forward, touching the elbows, trying to fix the spine. That's it, touching, maybe increasing in size each time. Let's do 3 and 2, and then last 1. Keep the elbows in front and unravel the arms. Just engage the muscles here and just take tiny little tapping movements. Imagine you're banging your elbows onto a table, but relaxing the wrists, relaxing the neck, and just take the elbows down a little bit, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then take it up again. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring the arms down, shrug forward, and then back. Okay, we're gonna warm up the chest, so let's take a tight grip onto the forearms, and then pushing the skin up towards the elbow, feeling your chest rise slightly, bringing the arms right back into the sockets. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then swap over, and let's work a little bit more into the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1, arms down, and just shrug the shoulders forward, and then back. Okay, we're going to bring the head to the side and push down with the heel of the hand, getting that nice stretch down the side of the neck, making sure the shoulders are in line, and then come back up to the center, and let's go to the other side, and then come up to the center, and just turn your head and drop your chin over the shoulder, and then back to the center. Let's take it to the other side, dropping the chin. And let's finish off with little semicircles here, chin to chest. Last 3, and 2, and 1, and then back to the center, and shrug forward, and then back. And then we're ready to go. Okay, so we're ready to work our arms. Let's grab the band, we're gonna wrap it around a couple of times, and we're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together, keeping the hands nice and straight, and the wrists straight. Let's just start pushing out, and then in. That's it, and out, and then in. Don't let the band spring you back. That's it, you're in control. Make sure you're squeezing the shoulders right back and down, and then opening the arms as wide as you can, keeping the elbows soft, drawing it back in, and out, and then in. Let's do 8 more like this. That's it, good. Pushing out, and in, and out, and then drawing back in. Let's do 4 more here, and 3, really pushing away, and 2, and then last one, we're gonna hold it out. Just take a tiny little pulse, and pulse. It's like you're hitting the side of a wall. That's it, tiny pulses, and pulse, and pulse. Do 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, last one. We're gonna hold the left, and we're just gonna pulse into the right. Just that tiny little nudge, keeping the hands nice and straight. That's it, keeping the other side perfectly still. 8 more little ones here, and 6, and 5, 4 more, and 3, last 2, last 1. Let's go to the other side, so you're keeping the right side still, and try and bring the band as close to the chest as you can. That's it, 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, and 2. Let's do a little combination. Let's do both, and right, and both, and left, and both, and right, both, and left. Let's do 2 more here, and both, and left, and last one, both, and right, and both, and then left, and lower the arms down. Let's just shrug the shoulders forward, and then back. Okay, so let's unravel the band, and we're going to step onto it with the left foot and taking the right foot behind. So we're just lightly touching the big toe to the floor, so you're really pulling in the abs. Come right to the end of the band, and we're going to start lifting up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. That's it, your palms are facing behind, and we're lifting up and lowering down. Thumbs down, lift and lower. Just make sure you're really holding in, keeping that front knee soft, lift and lower. 4 more here. That's it, taking your time. Don't let the bands bring you down. You're really pulling in. Let's do 2 more here. Lift and down, and last one. Let's hold it at the top. Bringing the shoulder blades together again. Start pulsing up and up and up and lift. Do 8 more here, and 7 and 6 and 5, 4 more, and 3 and 2, and last one, lowering down. Okay, take a little loop around your hand and bring the elbows in, and we're going to lift up that back leg. So we're just keeping it off the floor, and it's more about keeping nice and stable, keeping the elbows close to the waist. We're going to lift the arms up in a bicep curl, trying to get the arms almost to the shoulders, lowering down. Really squeezing up in the biceps and lowering. That's it, again, keeping nice and strong into that front leg, keeping the knees soft, and just activating the glutes behind a little bit, and lift, and lower, and lift, and down. 2 more here, making sure the hips are square to the front, and last one, lift, and just bring the arms down a little bit, and we're just gonna pulse up, pulsing up with the back leg. That's it, keeping the elbows close. 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4 more here, 3, and 2, and 1. Now keeping the leg lifted, lower the arms down. We're gonna work into the triceps, so come back, and then come back to the front, keeping the arms straight, hinging from the elbows. That's it, good. Keeping the elbows as close to the center of the body as you can. Going back down, and lift, and lower. 2 more here. And then last one, let's hold it back. We're just gonna take a tiny pulse up with the leg as well, and lift, and up. Do 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're gonna do a little combination. Bring the arms down, keeping the elbows close, bicep curl, and then straighten the arms again. Let's take them back. Coming forward, keeping the elbows close to the waist, curl up, and then come back, and take the arms behind. Let's just do 2 more here, and then back. And last one, coming up, and then bringing the arms back. Let's just come back an inch and hold, and last time back an inch and hold, and then lower down. Okay, so let's work the other side. So bringing our left leg back this time and stepping onto the band with the right. Just lightly touching the toe to the floor. Start lifting up with the arms and lowering right down again. So lifting up and then coming down. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. That's it, bringing it back down. So you're in control, lifting up and down. Let's do 4 more here, and lower, and 3, making sure we're keeping that soft front leg nice and soft and strong. And then last one, let's lift it up and just take tiny little pulses up and up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Do 4 more, and 3, and 2, and then last one, and carefully lower down. Wrap your hands round. And we're going to take our elbows nice and close, and we're going to lift up the back leg, activating the glute, but rolling the hip forward. Let's curl up, lift, and down. Aiming to get the hands right to the shoulder, and lower. And squeezing up, and down, and lift, and lower down. 2 more here. And last one, let's hold the arms so they're parallel to the floor, and just nudge up a little bit, working into the back leg as well. Pulsing up and up an inch, lift and lift. 8 more here, and 7, and 6, and 5, last 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Keeping the leg lifted, we're going to bring the arms down and work into the tricep. So coming back, palms facing the center of the body, lowering down, keeping the arms straight, lifting up, trying to keep the elbows as close together as possible. Lift, and down, and up, and down. 2 more here. Lift, and last one, holding them back and pulsing both the leg and the arms. That's it, up an inch, do 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4 more, 3, and 2, and 1. And just to finish off, we're gonna combine it, coming down, keeping the elbows close, bicep curl, and then coming back. Let's take the arms behind. That's it, coming forward, curling up. That's it, come back, really pull in. That's it, find some strength. And then back, let's do 2 more here. Bicep curl, and then back into the triceps. And last one, come up, and take the arms back. And let's just come up an inch, and up an inch, and then lower down. Right, so we're going to now work the upper back and the lower half of the body. So we're going to take our band, and I'm going to wrap it around the bar, but at home you can use either a banister, or you can wrap it around a chair and get someone to sit down onto it, or something sturdy. Okay, we're going to come into a nice wide second, and we're going to wrap our hands once around the bar, just to give yourself a little bit more resistance. And we're going to start plie-ing and bringing the arms right back, and keeping the elbows lifted. Really work into the upper back, squeezing back as much as you can. And then try and come a little bit lower into that plie each time, taking the knees nice and wide. That's it, good, lower and lift. Lovely, squeezing back and up. Always keeping the knees soft, never locking them out. Let's do 4 more here, and 3, and 2, and last one. Let's hold it down, keeping the elbows back. We're just gonna pulse back here with a little pulse down into that plie. That's it, good. So really focus on keeping the shoulders right down. That's it, tucking the glutes right in, pulling in. Let's do 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, last 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Hold it there. Okay, we're gonna take the arms up into a prayer position, keeping the elbows close, and we're just gonna start pulsing up here. That's it, just little tiny lifts, working into the front of the arms and the shoulders, working into the upper back. Stay nice and upright. Do 8 more, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4 more here, and 3, and 2. Now keep going, this time with a little pulse down, and down, and down, and down. 8 more to go, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Staying low, we're gonna come back into that original position, and this time lifting up the heels. And take the tiny little pulse back here. That's it, so a little pulse back with the knees, fixing the hips, bringing the elbows back. Do 8 more, and 7, and 6, 5, and 4, and 3, last 2, last 1. Staying on the half toe, let's come back into that prayer position, and then pulsing up and pulsing down. That's it, keeping the elbows nice and close. Do 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold. Come down an inch, come up an inch. One more time, down an inch and lift. And then lower the heels down and make your way up. Give your legs a little shake. Okay, let's take a well-deserved stretch. So we're going to take one arm across and just lightly pull the forearm towards us, bringing the shoulder right down. Doing that nice stretch into the upper arm. And then let's take the same arm back, stretching out the tricep. Take the hands into the nape of the neck, elbow right up to the ceiling, and then just gently pull back, lifting up the chin, keeping the spine nice and lengthened. And let's take the other arm across, and then gently pull. And then take that arm behind. And just lightly pull back. And then we're ready to go on to the next exercise. Okay, so let's come to the floor and we're going to focus a little bit more on our abs. So bring your band and your weights if you want to use them for weights for later on. We're going to lie down and just pick up the bottom arm and take it across and just rest it onto your waist. And we're going to take the top arm and really press the heel of the hand onto the floor. We're just going to start lifting up and then lowering down. And just feel your waist, and you can see where you're meant to be engaging the muscles, and lift. Make sure that top shoulder's right down, and lift up. It doesn't matter how high you go, lifting up and lower, keeping your torso facing the front, lift and down. Let's do 4 more here, and lowering down, just touching your shoulder lightly to the floor. 3, and lower. Let's do 2, and then last one, lift up and lower down. This time we're gonna lift the top leg up. So lift up and lower down. So you can feel it a little bit more into the obliques, making sure that that top hip is not coming back at all. We're keeping it perfectly stacked, so you can feel where you're meant to be feeling it there. That's it, keeping that shoulder right back. 2 more here, and then last one, lift and lower. And let's finish ourselves off completely. We're gonna try and lift both legs up. If you can't manage that, you can always just do the one, but you're gonna lift up underneath as well, and then lower down, just making sure the hips stay stacked, and lower. Good, lovely. And lift and down. Let's do 4 more here. Excellent. And then 3 more, maybe lifting a little bit higher in the torso and the leg. Let's do 2 more. And then last one, let's hold it up and just keep holding. Let's hold it for 4 and 3 and 2 and last one, and relax. Okay, so on to the other side, making sure your hips are stacked, arms in front. We're gonna start lifting up. So lifting up the torso, keeping the feet pressed down to the floor, and lower down. And really press down into the floor and lower. And just feel it onto the obliques with the hand. Feel that tension up and lower. Let's do 4 more like this, and lower, and 3. Good, 2 more here, and last one, lift and lower. This time we're bringing the top leg up. So lift up and lower down. And if your obliques start getting sore, starting to fatigue, just really press down into the front arm. That's it, 2 more like this, lift and lower, and last one, lift and lower down. Okay, we're gonna lift both at the same time now. So lifting up, try and stay nice and stable onto the hips. Up and lower down, and lift and lower. Let's do 4 more, and down, and then 3, nearly done. Do 2 more here, and then last one, let's just hold it up at the top. Let's just come up an inch more, and then lower down.
Okay, so we're going to get a little bit deeper into our abdominals, and I'm going to get my revenge on Sophie. You're going to need your weights. If you don't have weights, you could use baked bean cans or just nothing at all, and the exercise will work just as well without them. But take the weights if you have them, bring them one to either side of you, lay yourself back on a mat, take a nice deep breath in, spreading the toes out on the floor, knees are bent to 90 degrees. And just holding here, we're going to take the weights up over the shoulders, try and keep back of the hand flat against the back of the wrist. Deep breath in on the exhale, flatten the abdominals and reach forward and bring the arms there by the outsides of the knees and start sliding forward. So not so much a curl, more just a sliding forward movement, bringing the bottom of the rib cage towards the hip bones. Look down at your abdominals, see if you could flatten them a little bit more, spreading them thinly rather than allowing them to dome at all. And keep reaching here. Stay high on the mid-spine. Go 8 and 7. For 6, 5 more, keep the arms raised, 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Now you're gonna try and stay up on the mid-spine, exactly where you are. As you bring the weights back to the shoulders, hold that weight and then start to curl forward, over and over. Good, and curl. Go for 8 and 7, 6 more, 5, 4, try and keep the height, 3, 2, last one, final thing here, stay up, just extend the arms all the way out by the outsides of the knees, lift that extra inch, good, and relax all the way back down, well done. Okay, so we're gonna take that again with a slight change now. Hands holding the weights either side of you, lift them up again, deep breath in, flatten on the exhale. We'll bring the legs up now to tabletop position, so make sure feet are in line with the knees, and then again, exhale, flatten and lift, and start that sliding movement one more time. You might find that you can get slightly higher here on your spine. You're still on the back of the waistband, that's important. And there's no rocking on your spine. You're still sliding, bottom ribs to the hips, pressing forward, flattening out each rep. Go 4 and 3 and 2. Last one there, just hold into it, stay up, don't lose your height. Bring the weights back to the shoulders, and then again lift and lift. Go for 8 and 7, stay up there, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, last one, hold it, reach out, see if you can regain that extra inch you might have lost, hold, and relax down. So again, weights to shoulders, one final change. We're gonna extend the legs up, try and bring nice length into the back of the thighs, hamstrings lengthening out. Take the weights to the ceiling to start with. And again, flatten and lift up, really come high, the highest point yet. And start again, sliding forward, holding the legs really nice and steady. Look up to your toes and reach. Sliding the ribcage down your torso. 8 more and 7. Go for 6 and 5. If the neck is tense, look left and right. 4 more, 3, 2, and last one. Now hold up, this is it, final push. Bring the weights back to the shoulders, feel that extra weight, tiny curl, over and over, lovely. 8 more, and 7, and 6, fight for it, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and last one. Final thing, extend the arms out, get that extra inch back and hold it. 4, 3, 2, and last one, and relax all the way back down, well done. Okay, so straight away, reach for your band. We're gonna keep going, stay in that muscle. Take the soles of the feet into the band, wrap it around your hands a couple of times, and then really connect with the backs of the elbows to your mat. Take the head and shoulders down, and then really flatten. Press up with the heels to the ceiling. So you want the soles of your feet to be pushing up, and use the low abdominals to press the hips, feeding your feet in a vertical line up to the ceiling, pushing and extending that band, stretching it out, really feel that. Hold the backs of the elbows to the mat, press and lift, good. Imagine that the legs are almost feeding through a drain pipe, so it's a perfect vertical lift up every single time. Keep your control, good. See if you can get more of a stretch into that band. Final 8 and 7, go for 6, 5 more, really push through the heels for 3 and 2, and last one, lower the hips back down. Now bend your knees and curl up. So try not to prop on the elbows, okay? You don't need them to support that position. You're using the upper abdominals there. Flex your feet, keep your feet in line with your knees, and then you're gonna push out, holding that band exactly where it is, and then draw the knees back in. So you should feel the pressure a little bit more on the inward movement than the outward. So you're pushing away, holding that position on the spine. As the knees draw in, that's when the abs really tighten. From knees to chest. And you're trying to maintain the height with the upper body here as the knees draw in. The temptation is to roll back. So try not to do that. Bring the knees in, squeeze and flatten the abs. Push away, maintain your position. Good, in and push it out. Good. And again, just test, making sure you're not using the elbows to prop yourself up. Bring the knees in, push out. 4 more, all the way in. Try and lift chest to knees as they draw into you. 3 more, keep the feet flexed. Good, in, push away for 2. Good, in. And then last one, just push out. Tiny little bend stretch there, just releasing through the knee, pushing out through the heels, keeping the upper body lifted. See if you could come up another inch. 4 more, and 3, and 2. And last one, final thing here, bend the knees and hold the knees over the hips. Fix your position there on your mat. Just squeeze the knees into your chest. Just holding. And 8, and 7, and 6. There's no rocking on the spine. 4 more, for 3, 2, and last one. And relax all the way back down. Let go of your band. And take the feet to the floor. Whew. Okay, so while you're here, just take a stretch. Take the arms out wide, palms facing up to the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. Just drop your knees to one side. Turn your head to face the other side. Feel that kind of spinal rotation, a bit of stretch into the abdominals. Bring the knees back over, keeping your feet on the floor, and then turn the knees the other way. Just release any tension there in the low back. All right, so this wouldn't be an ab workout without a plank challenge. So all you need is your mat. Bring your forearms to the floor. curl the toes under and step back into full plank here, forearm plank. We're gonna make changes along the way, so you'll get a little bit of a rest, but we're gonna aim not to take the knees to the floor the whole time. So just pull in nice and tight. Keep the hips right down and pull the low back up, so creating that opposition where you really feel the low belly engaging, holding to the inner spine. Just hold right here, squeeze the glutes, maybe draw back with the backs of the elbows towards the toes and pull the toes into the backs of the elbows. So squeezing there through the length of the body. Start to take tiny little lifts up to the ceiling. So you're imagining here there's a piece of string attached to the back of your waistband, just tugging. Lift 8 and 7 and 6. Go 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and last one, just hold without bringing your knees down. We're gonna take a high plank position, so come onto the palms of the hands. Again, just take a second to reset your position. Keep elbows soft and hold. And again, squeeze the toes into the backs of the wrists, heading back, holding there. And again, take that little pulse up an inch. Go for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. 4 more, 3, 2, final one, just hold it. Again, come down onto the forearms without taking your knees down to the floor. Reset your position, lower the hips, pull the low back in. Hold it there, nice squeeze through the low abs. From there, we're gonna take left knee to the left elbow. Press back and change. Nice high position with that knee. Squeezing into the obliques. 4, keep the hips down. 3, 2, and last one, press back, hold. And again, come into high plank. Still without the knees coming down. Soften the elbows. Reset the hips. And draw left knee to left elbow. Up on the right side. And again. Keep the hips right down as if you're working under a low ceiling. 4, and 3, and 2. And last one, step back, hold. Come back onto your forearms. Take a breath, reset. So we're gonna come into a side plank. You're just gonna cut across with the right forearm across the mat. Float that top arm up and hold. So often here what happens is that the hip rolls back. So you're just gonna slightly tilt that hip forward, good. And then take tiny little nudges up from the underside of the waist. So you're really drawing in with the obliques here. Tiny press, 4 more, and 3, and 2. Last one, hold it. And then we're gonna scoop the arm underneath, yeah. Good, and lift all the way up to the ceiling. As the arm comes underneath, nudge the side of the waist away from the arm. 4, and reach. And follow your fingertips down as if that might destabilize you. And ask your body to work even harder. Up 2, good, and final one. Lift up and hold. Good, and then come back down onto forearms. Hold it right there. Take a breath. And we're gonna cut left forearm across the mat. Come onto the other side. So again, float that arm up and restack the hips. From there, tiny nudges. Lift, up an inch. Good. And tiny nudge. Tapping the side of the hip to the ceiling. 8 there. And 7. Go 6. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one, hold it. And then we're just hooking under. Good, and lifting up. And every time the arm comes under the side of the waist, just nudge up 1/2 inch away. Good, 3 more. All the way down, and look back with the arm to the ceiling. And 2. Breathe. Last one, hold. And we're coming back onto the forearm, still no knees to the floor. Hold there, good. Nice strong position. And we're gonna come up into high plank. Hold it here, reset. And then take right hand right to the center of the mat. Come onto your side. And take that high plank position, side plank here. Again, nudge the hips up, tiny lift. And lift. Don't forget to just slightly roll that top hip forward if you need to. 8 and 7. Go for 6. 5 more. 4, 3. Really feel this. 2 and last one. Now hold. And we're taking that arm under. Scoop it under. And lift back up. And again, just nudge the underside of the waist away from the arm. 3. Good, and up. And for 2. Lovely. And last one. And just hold to the ceiling. And we're coming onto the other side. So just step back into your full plank position. Hands under shoulders to start with, reset. And then just step that left hand in to the center of the mat. Turn, bring the arm to the ceiling. Stack the hips. and tiny lift. We're nearly there. Up an inch, up for 8. Go for 7, 6, little higher, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and the last one, just hold, and then hook underneath. Good, and lift right up. Don't forget to just nudge the underside of the waist away from the arm as it hooks under. 3, good, and up, and 2, and lift. Good, and last one. Final time, just holding that onto the ceiling. Good, come back into your high plank position. Still no knees to the floor. Hold it there, we're nearly there. You're gonna bring the forearms down one at a time. Reset your position. And then alternating the hand that you press up with, come back into high plank and hold. And again, take it down. Good, push up on the other side. Try and keep the hips nice and low. 4 more. And push up. Good, down. And up for 3. And again, down. Just 2 here. Push right up. Good, and the last one. Final time. All the way up and hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can you come back onto your forearms and hold for those 4 seconds? Lower the hips. Pull in nice and tight. Squeeze the backs of the elbows to the toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Sit back into your heels. Reach your arms away. Send the palms of the hands to the ceiling. Good, and hold there. Just a few breaths. And relax. Okay, so this is what we call abs at the bar. You can use the back of a chair or a sturdy piece of furniture or some kind of rail that's just at the right height if you happen to have that in your home. But use the back of a chair, even get someone to sit on it if you want. Okay, you're gonna hook back behind you. It's an overhand grip onto the top of the chair that you want. We're gonna take the knees to face the ceiling. So bend the knees, pick the heels up off the floor. So pull back already into the deep low abdominals, and you want your back to be quite straight here. We're gonna take the legs out and in, push out and draw back in, and start to really pull in using the lower abs rather than the legs here for that movement. So really lock in belly button to spine, take it out wide, draw back in, open and close, open and close, good, and 4, and 3, and 2. On the last one, hold it wide, tiny little pulses, open, go open, press it, 8 and 7, that's it, good, 6. So nice lifted chest, 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Now you're gonna bring the feet in. Now without rounding your spine, you're just gonna lift the feet off the floor, good. And again, take that open and close, good, and open, that's it, and close, and the chest stays lifted, good, and open and close together, 4 more, and 3, good, out for 2, hold it, last one, hold it wide, little tiny pulses again, 8, 7, go 6, for 5, 4 more, and 3, and 2, and last one, close the feet in, lower the feet down to the floor. You can just hug your knees in for a second here, take a breath. Okay, and we're gonna go again. So again, hook hands back to the top of your chair, deep breath, holding nice and tight. We're gonna keep the heels off the floor just as before, but take the knees wide this time. And then keeping outsides of the little toes on the floor, you're just pushing out and pulling back. And feel as though you might be kind of pulling back a heavy rope between the toes. So you're squeezing back in towards the tailbone, pull in, go for 8, and 7, and 6, extend a little further, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now hold in nice and close, that tiny movement, pulse for 8, and 7, go 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release a little, keep the spine nice and straight and lift the legs up, good, and pull in, push out, in and push away, good, keep the knees wide there, pull in tight, good, go 4, and 3, and 2, don't let your back round, last one, hold it, pulse it, go 8, and 7, and 6, for 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1, lower the feet down, close the knees, and again, have a little hug, take a deep breath, we're gonna do another one. Okay, so hook back to your chair or your piece of furniture, holding right there. Good, this time again, take the knees wide, heels off the floor, and we're just gonna slide one foot out in front of the other. Good. Keep the knees falling out to the sides. Work into the obliques, press away, pull it back. Same as before here. 8 and 7 and 6. Go 5, 4 more. Lift the chest. 3, 2, and last one. Now hold right there. Just tiny little pulses, little nudge. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it. Good. And 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Bring the feet together. Lift them up. Good. And switch and push away. Good. Go 4, and 3, 2, and last one. Bring the feet together. Lower them down. And again, close the knees. Hug your knees into your chest. Deep breath in and out. And we're going to do one more, but we're going to do this at the bar. So you really need to have something fixed there behind you to complete this final exercise. Okay, so if you have a suitable piece of furniture at home, come and sit quite flat back against that piece of furniture or a wall with a banister behind you. Again, overhand grip on the bar. The legs are straight out in front, toes pointed. Again, really pull back into the low, deep abdominals. And then we're going to slide the feet out wide and draw them back in. Really, really nice straight legs here. Trying to reabsorb the weight of the leg back in through the lower abdominals. Open, close, good. Really pull in tight. 4 more, and 3, and 2. Last one, close the legs in. Grand finale, lift the legs and open, close. Feet off the floor here. And final 8. Go for 7 and 6. 5 more. 4, pull in tighter. 3, 2, and last one. Close and lower. And relax. You made it. Well done.